Welcome. Let's get my gloves on. So the process that I'm going to be using for this new treasure box is I'm going to be staining the wood first with the unicorn spit gel stain. And I've got a few colors picked out. These, since I'm going back under the sea, picked out these. I got them upside down right now. But that's what unicorn spit is. If you're not familiar with it, there's no acrylic glue-like substance in there. So when you go to seal it, you have to treat it like it's a watercolor. So a spray seal with no acetone or a cold wax will work. Or what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be resining the top of this treasure box, and then before I resin, I will spray seal the outside where it's been stained. The thing is, usually if you lay it on like a paint, you still have to seal it and everything, but it will cover it. It won't show the wood grain. But I kind of have a feeling like I want to see some of this wood grain, so I figured we might as well go ahead and start with staining it first, and then if I don't like it, I'll just start painting over it. So anyway, welcome. Hey. So I have my big jug of water because it's best when you're using the unicorn spit as a stain to dampen the wood and let those pores in the wood open up really nice. And that way, when you use the sparkle stain, the little sparkles will actually get into the grain. And it's not like big chunks of glitter or anything obnoxious. It's just more of an iridescent, and it's very pretty. So I have some donated socks from my hubby. It's volunteer. I didn't rip them off. But I'm going to use that right over my gloves. This is a good look. And what I've done to prepare this treasure box is I have put liquid Frisket. It's a masking fluid, a very sticky gummy glue that is liquid. You paint down on it on the edges, the ledge underneath, and then let it dry. And what I did was I put some parchment paper over it so the two wouldn't stick together, but I'm thinking they're still sticking together. But anyway, so this, I don't know if you can see it, it's clear, but it's shiny, and that shiny is the liquid Frisket. It's the masking fluid. And I'm doing that so when I'm done with the staining, hopefully it has not stained or ruined the inside, because I'm still not sure what color the inside is going to be or anything like that. So on this one, I just laid some parchment paper down on top of it once I got the Frisket almost dry. And it only takes a few minutes. Oh wow, that didn't work. It only takes a few minutes for the Frisket to dry to a tacky consistency, and that's what you want. But it will stick together, not like permanently. I mean, you can just pull it right back up. But it's kind of hard with these boxes, trying to keep them neat enough, you know. I don't like a lot of finishing work at the end, so anything I can do to prepare ahead of time and kind of make it easier to finish is what I want to do. So welcome. Hey. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I don't want to do the top of this stained, because I'm going to use a wet on wet technique, but with the unicorn spit and the gesso for the top. However, I do want some of that wood grain to come across, so I'm just going to start playing with it. And if you've got a wooden box or anything like that, you've got your unicorn spit, then just go ahead and get your sock or whatever it is, get it wet, just a little damp, and start rubbing on the sides where you're going to be staining with your unicorn spit. And we just want to get it damp evenly as much as possible. And this will be under the sea. That's what I started to do on Tuesday, was under the sea, and then I got changed in the middle of it. I'll show you in a sec. But I kept it really simplistic, and I really like it. And I will be resining that as well. Just got water on the top of that. But anyway, I do a lot of treasure boxes here, and some canvas and some clay and some wire. I'm always just messing with something, so I appreciate anyone stopping in and hanging out for a little bit while I just mess around. We can learn together. When you're doing your treasure boxes, if you haven't done very many, it's a good thing to keep in mind your orientation of the box, because it's already got your hinges that I have removed already. Hinge holes drilled and hardware holes. So you want to keep them lined up and not get your top backwards, because I have painted a 360 box at one point, and so the view, the design went all the way around it, and I had the lid, somehow I had turned it around and I had painted it like that. It all matched great, and then I realized I did it upside down basically. So yeah, you could fill the holes again and drill them, but I just covered over it and started again. Okay, so that's wet enough, I think. Get my sock off. That was perfect, actually. I actually will put that sock back on, probably, or one like it. All right, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the unicorn spit. Again, it's just a gel stain, but it has some really cool attributes that when you use the stain together and you're painting with it, it turns into really cool colors and stuff. So it's worth getting a couple bottles and just trying it. To me, it's kind of pricey. I don't know what that is. That looks blue. Hold on. But I like, you know, the cheaper in things. So, however, okay, it's gonna stay. This unicorn spit is worth the money. That's all I gotta say about that. All right, so I'm gonna, instead of just pouring this out, I'm gonna put it in little cups. Try that today. So I got my white, and I thought I would put the white on the very lightest color of the wood grain, and that kind of made sense to me. And then a teal. It's called Zia Teal. It's so pretty. And they're scented jasmine. They're non-toxic. A lady made up this recipe in her kitchen. She is the owner of the unicorn spit. And if you want more information, check out YouTube. I've got a few videos up there, but they have their regular official unicorn spit channel, and I am not an affiliate of them or a paid spokesperson. I just like their product. So, and this is the sparkle. You do have to shake it up. Probably pouring way too much in those cups. It goes a long ways, long ways. And this is just the regular blue. The sparkle doesn't have, it seems, a lot of pigment in it. So it's kind of like glue and sparkle. Not glue, but whatever that base is that they use. I'm looking for a dry cup. There we go. And you can use this on glass and wood, canvas, anything like that, as long as you seal it. As soon as you touch water to it again, it will reactivate. So, you know, that's actually a positive thing, I think, more than a negative thing, as long as you remember that. So you don't want to lose something you have just because you forgot about that. And oops, there's some blue. Okay, whatever. All right, so let's start with the white. I don't know if I want to brush it on or just use my finger in this. I think I might use my finger in this glove. It's already wet. Hey Shannon, good morning. Hey Sherry, that's okay, I was early. Good morning guys. Yeah, Randall said he was working and probably won't make it. I was like, oh, we're not gonna have anybody. So thanks for showing up. Let me just turn this so you guys can see what I'm doing. I'm just running some white along some of the places that I want to see some white. I'm just going to let it sit there for a second. I'm going to just kind of keep it flowing like nice watery flows, since this is under the sea for real this time. Wherever my line is, like to kind of come around the side with it, follow it around the edge, so it gives a nice continuing picture. Okay. And catch this side in white. It's messy. That's the thing. I am a messy artist. But that's half the fun. Can't worry about that. Thank you guys. Yeah, unicorn spit. It's a gel stain. Y'all are so good. There is no acrylic glue in it. So you do have to seal it either with a cold wax or a polyurethane spray. Or resin, that's my favorite choice. Okay, so that's my white. I'm gonna get rid of this. But I think the sock worked pretty good, so I'm just gonna do some surgery. All right. And then I think I'll do the dark blue. I don't think this is the iridescent. We'll see if this crosses the barrier of that latex that I've got laid down there. I'll spin this around in a second, y'all. I think I'll just do it all together at the same time. I'm gonna wipe it off anyway. I might not, it's looking pretty. Hold on. Disorganized much? All right. So anyway, it's getting there. It's a process. Just laying down those colors for right now. That regular blue coming around the corners again. So there's one continuous flow to it. Doesn't have to be anything, actually. You can do anything you want with it. You can use it as a paint, you can use it as a stain. It's amazing. You can mix it in with alcohol ink. Just remember, you have to, if you're doing that, I would recommend resin to finish it, and that's a beautiful finish. Or you could spray it, but I just think the resin makes it look so pretty. I don't resin the sides of the boxes, the treasure boxes, because I can't get a good result, to be honest. So it's just not worth it. There's a lot of sanding, because when you put resin on, if you don't have it thick enough, like it's pouring off the side, it will bubble, especially on this wood, this unfinished wood. So then you sand it down when that happens, and resin again, and usually that's all it takes, but that's a lot of sides, and just wasn't really into that much. So I decided just to go mostly with the resin on the top. And what I'm hoping for when I get done with this mess is that I get a nice color that's in the wood, but I still kind of want to see some wood through it, but if I keep covering it, we're not going to. So hold on, let me find out where I'm at. At least get this top. Gosh, I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I cannot sleep on the nights before I do this. I don't know if that's just I'm anxious or what. All right, so now I'm gonna take a sock. I don't know if I should dampen it. I'm gonna go back and add some more white after I get it off of here. I'm gonna take a damp sock. I'm gonna try and rub some of this off now that I've got it on. You just rub it off, just like that. And see how pretty and watery? I'm just gonna keep doing it. I really don't want paint on it. I want the wood. I love what's happening with the teal. It's almost turning kind of a greenish because of the yellow wood underneath. So that's kind of cool. Oh yeah, the bottom of the box is already gonna be a mess. I can see it now. I'll also just do it with at least a color. You can go back and paint over your unicorn spit. You can add acrylics to it. So if you have an acrylic color that you like, but you want a little sparkle to it, you can get some of their sparkle and add it. It's about 10% unicorn spit to 90% acrylic. I will go back. I'm just setting it down on the wet stuff down below. Okay, Well, here's a situation I didn't expect, but let's talk about it since that's what we do here. I'm going to take this off for a second. So this liquid brisket that I had laid in the edges so that I could peel it back off and have clean, crisp edges inside the seal of the top and bottom, I dripped some and I waited for it to dry, and then I peeled it off and it looked like it was peeled off, but you can see right where it dripped, I think you can see, gloves, you can see where it dripped and that the unicorn spit is not hanging on to it. So I don't know how to fix that. I'm thinking maybe sand it a little bit there and try applying the unicorn spit again. I don't know, but let's find out. We fix it together. I need another sock. All right, cut this. First, I'm just going to go ahead and finish what I was doing, blending that spit off and in. Very beachy. All right, let me get rid of this because that's not helping anything. That's the bottom. Let me find some thinner sandpaper, or not thin, but you know what I'm talking about. Fine grade. Hold on a second. Okay. So let's see. Yeah, that's interesting. I wondered about that when I saw it today. Maybe I didn't get this drip off. I had another one that I already picked up. I don't know. Let's see. I know I sanded the lid already. Let's see. Usually just a gum eraser will pick up the liquid brisket. Yeah, there was still liquid brisket there. See it? It's all stretchy. Pretty cool. So maybe if I actually got it all the way off, it would stick. All right, we'll see. Run some sandpaper over it anyway. Now let's see. Try some white first. I'm gonna get some white back on here anyway. Some more. some sparkle. Let's put that over it. Drop it down over the side. That's pretty. I want to get at the edge, but I don't really want to get inside the edge of this box. So guys, I'm not really conversing with you all today, just trying to work through problems. There's a latch on the front that is pretty big. You can't see it because I've removed it, but it's there. It will be. So you have to kind of consider that when you're doing your designs, that your hardware is going back on, and try and do some placement of your art around that such hardware. And it's kind of like a puzzle in that way. It's fun. So the hardware is right here, and it's really quite large, and it has a little lock that goes with it I'm thrilled with. So I'm just going to make it nice and easy flow here. And light would be kind of nice. Really like that white. Still trying to kind of keep with the grain. I'm trying. It's a really fun process though, y'all. If you've never worked with unicorn spit, it's fun. I think the scariest part to me was that it was kind of expensive, and you know, these bottles, it doesn't look like you're getting very much, but it goes so far that you actually get a lot. But I was always afraid, oh my gosh, I'm wasting it, because you know, when you mess up with something expensive, whether it's a really big canvas or something like that, it kind of is scary that way. But you have to put that out of your mind and just play. Otherwise, you miss out on so much fun. I do, if I let fear stop me. And some people, they don't have a problem with that. I am not that person. I have to fight that. And I like the, wow, I'm a mess. I like the saying of embrace your imperfections, because seriously, that's what art is. It's just a, at least mine, one imperfection after the other. But they turn out cool. It just looks scary at first. So be bold. Okay, now I just want to get water and take almost all of this back off. As much as I can. Because I just want the hint of color in that grain. What's cool is as you're taking it back off, some of it stays and some of it goes. Dang, that stupid... I can see it still. Well, the good thing is it's over by a hinge. I'll fix it one of these days. Before this is over, I'll fix it. But you never know what you're going to run into. It's like I said, it's like a puzzle. Sometimes they're fun, sometimes they're frustrating. Some more white. It's not bad for a start, at least. Probably end up going back and painting on this. I think that's cool. That's the back. And there's blue. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some white around here. I'm doing it right on the wood, not as a stain, so I didn't open the pores on the top. It's still closed. But in the same way that I did Tuesday's painting is kind of what I am thinking of for today to start with. Just like a center sun coming through the water. For real, it will be under the sea. Oh, I was going to show you guys what we did. Just starting with my brights. I really think this yellow wood coming through is going to make a pretty sand looking thing for the floor of the ocean. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I was going to put gesso down for this. I just kept going back and forth, gesso or no gesso, because it definitely has a different feeling about it when you have your gesso down. Just pushing this into the grain as much as I can. Aw, thank you, Mudita. Happy Dance, Randall. Welcome. Thought you weren't gonna make it. I'm glad you did. No rhyme or reason. I just want some flow in here. Hope somebody likes the blues. 'Cause that's what it is. Someone will. It's just something about it, working with the unicorn spit. I think maybe because you get to work with your hands and your fingers more than brushes I do. You don't have to though. I mean, I'll be using a brush soon enough, but it's fun. It's nice to get in there like that, you know? Oh, sorry. All right, love you, sis. Thanks for popping in. So, like most of my art, I'm just gonna, freewheel it here till something pops up in my head that makes sense. Just going back and forth with these colors. do like the feeling of it. That's the main thing. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that, you guys. Put some blue sparkle down at the bottom for fun. Just a little tiny bit of iridescent goes a long way. So just putting it on, taking it off, wax on, wax off. Just blending this white back and forth. Remember, if you're working on your treasure boxes, to get a nice flow, I think it looks good anyway. You could do it any way you want, of course. Just as you come around the edges, also remember the top and the bottom where they merge, trying to, you know, like carry a white from the top to the bottom so that it kind of breaks up that natural line that you have of your boxes. I keep saying yesterday, I need some different gloves. I'll show you what we did. And I decided to leave it right here. I signed it, so I'm not touching it. But anyway, I will resin it so it will pop better, but it's very simple. But I really like it. It's peaceful and calming. So that was fun. But that was supposed to be, we started out to do Under the Sea. Something happened, as always. But this time, I mean it, we're going under the sea this time. Just blending this out a little bit while I still can. And I'm just going to blend that in with more of the teal. I'm just going straight across those streaks just to see what happens. Most of my art is, I'm just guessing. And when something happens I like, I'm like, yay! It's relaxing, isn't it? You just get to zone out and play and paint. Or unicorn spit. So I didn't put gesso on this box, this treasure chest. Probably should have, it would have been more fun to paint. I really do like the way the gesso makes the paint work with your brush. I'm just going to put some swirls, something interesting. No biggie, but I just want to do kind of a vignette to start with in the middle with this gesso, and I just love the way it feels. So I'm just going to add my white to that. I just want to start putting something in. Black and blues. And I'm not sure why this is rocking. First of all, my eraser. I'm not sure what I'm doing. I'm just tapping some colors in. Just kind of getting an idea of stuff back in the background. So it can blend away into the gesso, that's okay. Let's put it up front, like there's some black. Okay, it's really bad right now, but it's a process, people. It's a process. That's the thing, don't quit too early. A lot of your stuff is just like right on the other side of that frustration that you feel as an artist when you're painting and things aren't coming together. Right on the other side of that is success. So don't quit, just keep going. I kid you not, it is true. Under the sea, kind of messy. I like that. That's getting better. So want to go over this edge. Okay, I like that. A little bit better. I don't know what's going on over here with this orchid at the top. Whatever. Ah. That's where it's at so far. Some random thing. Someone's gonna be happy though. Eventually it'll be pretty. I know this. Because I can always start over. Sorry, I blanked out again, guys. Well, I think I'm going to call it quits for today. I don't know how I'm going to fix this, but by the time you see it again, Lord willing, it'll be adjusted somehow. I just keep going back and forth to, is this ground in between that, and this, or is it water? I mean, I know there's water in between it, but I mean, is it high? Is it low? Still too square on that rock. I will fix it. Or not. Maybe it was like an old building or something, you know, like an old bridge or something under the sea. Atlantis. Who knows? We'll see. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Sorry I wasn't real chatty or talkative, but I really appreciate everybody. Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you, Shannon. That is so sweet. Shannon's my daughter, that's why I'm calling her honey. I don't call everybody honey. Anyway, and the moderator. So anyway, thank you for everything, you guys, and you have a beautiful weekend. This Thursday, it feels like Friday, but so maybe I'll start my weekend early. Anyway, love and light to you all. Oh, thank you, Randall. I appreciate it.